Hey, what's up guys, it's Toxic here, and today we are going to be doing our top 5 most overvalued items list. I'm doing this video with my friend Centennial slash Basket.
Here. Hi.
Yeah. So, for number 5, I chose Red Spybot. The reason why I chose Red Spybot is because it just is a copy and paste of Winner, and it's pretty much inverted. Because when you look at the Winner hat, the oldest comment was in 2010, and then the Red Spybot, look, they messed it up and called it Winner by accident. And look, it even has the lowest or the oldest comment as 2013. So basically, that's why I chose that item.
Okay, so I guess it's on to me now.
Yes, number 5.
Okay, so my number 5 is Decklist. The reason why I think this is overvalued is because, I mean, first off, it's not really that good looking. You can get a way better value, a way better item like a necklace or whatever for the price. Second of all, I mean, it sold for like, 20K, whatever. I mean, there's a decent amount of cereals, and there's not a lot of people that are banned. It is hoarded by one dude. Exists to coexist. But again, it's kind of overrated, overvalued. I don't know why it's this high. Really shouldn't be.
Alright, for number 4, I chose Red Tango. It's valued at 280k, and I feel like this is way too high, especially when you consider the fact that all it is just a colored version of a 123 Robux face. It's quite literally the same exact thing. When you look at content for each one, it's the same.
Yeah, I'd rather just buy the non-colored one. Okay, so it's now on to me, I guess.
Yep.
I think I put Fuchsia Fantastic next, right?
Yes.
Okay, so next I have Fuchsia Fantastic, and yes, before everyone starts to flock, then all these odors flock to me and say, "Oh my God, it's the best limited ever! What are you talking about?" Okay, so listen, it was a good limited when it was lower, but for some reason it started to skyrocket to like what 180k, which I don't think it should be.
In 2013, it was about 15k. I had it
It was.
a
It
long time
was.
ago, and now it went
No.
all the way up to 180k in like November.
people are
And
so-
after the accessories update, it's crashed all the way down to what is it again? 145, 150, something like that.
160. People
Oh,
are
I heard
also
it getting
very
lowballed.
biased on this item. Like a lot of the owners can be very biased on the forums. And also there's a lot of these. It shouldn't be this high. I don't know why there's 1,000 of these and it's 100. It's like Valk but way higher. Like to the extent where it's really not okay, and it shouldn't be this much.
Another
And
thing
also,
you could count in is that Neon Green
Wait.
Beautiful here is pretty much the same
yeah, there's
thing,
also
and it's worth 5k.
if you search up like beautiful hair, like that, there's a ton of those that are just like free. Like let me look. B-A-U.
There are
What
6, 7, 8. There's 9, including the Fuchsia Fantastic.
Yeah, and some of those aren't even limited, and just you can get for like what 95 Robux or something like that, like way cheaper, and maybe even can look better depending on what you're wearing. So it really shouldn't be that much, and I feel like people are biased on what they value it at. Yeah, you can buy like whatever, brown one, red one, green one, blonde one, orange one. Yep.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for my choice right here. I said Crescendo. It's not very good in game. No, I don't have footage of the sword in game, but it's not a good sword in game. I believe I've had this in the 2013 years. It's not a good hat at all, or not hat. It's not a good gear at all to play with, and it's pretty worthless to be honest. I think it's just not good. And all the kids who really love gears and they fight with these gears, they're the reason that this went up so much. That's what I've heard, but I wasn't active during the time it raised.
Okay, I might get a little bit of hate for what I chose next. I chose Tunnel Monster,
Oh, I've had
and the
this
reason
one too.
why this is very overvalued is or why I think this is overvalued is because it started at 30k, and you know the average price is only 60k. It sold for 150k, whatever. But considering it's only sold 3 times the past 180 days, and it's like valued at like 300k, is a little bit ridiculous. Because I mean, there's better items that are valued at 350k that have, or 300k or whatever, that have way better demand than this. And I mean, it's only sold once in the last 30 days on, a couple of days ago, I guess. But I don't know why people would want this. Also, it has a considerable amount of cereals for how many there are in existence. There's only there's only like a handful that are deleted, which is quite absurd considering it's so high. Yeah, like I'm just counting now. There's like maybe 10 or so that are deleted. So I don't know why it should be this high. And yes, it's overvalued. Okay, I guess on to the next one.
For my number 2 choice, I chose Black Valk. A lot of people know me. I hate the Valk texture. It's not a good texture at all, in my opinion. I don't like it. But the reason why I say this is overvalued is because, if I'm not mistaken, I heard this thing goes for 480k.
500k.
Really? It's up to 500?
Yeah, someone bought it for 500k. I've heard on the forums.
Oh, it sold for 450 yesterday.
Yeah, so
This thing is just really overpriced in my opinion, especially when there's a cheaper alternative that looks a lot better. Like, I hate the Valk, and I still think Valk looks better than Black Valk. But that's my opinion. This is gonna be a pretty biased episode, guys. Don't worry. This is why I said our opinions for our choices.
yeah, it was sold for 450k a couple days ago. It was sold, yeah, like 2 days ago. I remember looking on the forums about this. I mean, be honest, you can just buy the cheaper version, which is like 45k, or you can just, get the the festive version that was like a gift. But I don't know why it sold for 450k. I mean, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so now it's on to 2. Tough Guy Cap. People are saying this can go like upwards of 800k, which is a little bit absurd. I'm
I
trying to find
remember
the
when
owner.
this came out. I know this hat really well. I know when this came out. It's actually not bad, to be honest.
It's not that bad, but
There's
it's
20 that aren't deleted.
it's still a little bit overvalued because
13-year-old and King Dread have multiple, and Shedletsky has 2.
I'm forgetting
3,
the person.
4. Shedletsky is also hoarding that. There's a lot of hoarders. That's why I believe it goes for so
I'm
much.
forgetting the group, but there's a group that says Tough Guy Cap equals like an absurd amount. I'm looking. Nope, not that group. I'm looking for the group name.
There's only 9 that aren't deleted that are actually not owned by a hoarder. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
And number 1, I believe, is not for trade. Number 2 is also Shedletsky, so make that 8. Because
Yeah.
Son of Sevenless is also Shedletsky, if you don't know.
Yeah. It's actually I'm looking at the group where it says Tough Guy Cap equals something. Okay, it's not that.
I believe it's 1 million, the group says.
It's some absurd amount. It might be Lucky Maxer. This dude, I think it's this dude. There's someone that made a group that says tough TGC equals. I'm looking in groups here now because it was some absurd amount equals. Okay, so this is owned by. Okay, so yeah, it's TDK equals 700k plus, which is a little bit absurd. Because what they're saying is it's saying there's barely any owners, which is not true. There's like at least 3 or 4 people that are hoarding it. None are taking below 700k, which I doubt because people probably want to get rid of it because of the low demand. So saying it's went for 700k a lot of times, which is absurd. I've never seen it go for 700k. And then they're saying it's over 700k, which I don't think it is. It's made by our man Senekin or someone. I don't know how his name is, what his name is, but apparently he owned it or something. Um, but I mean, I'm not hitting on rares. It's just that it's not a good, necessarily a good item because the fact that people think it can go for way more than it is, and also that's the problem with a lot of items that don't have a lot of owners is that they think they can go for way more than um than they are. Like they could just drive up the price or they drive up the demand or whatever because it's only 25 sold. Okay,
Mhm.
on to the next one.
For number one, my choice was actually front stand. And for good reason. First of all, it is not a good looking hat at all. And also, it's a lazy
Trash.
inversion of the white star tail slide texture, which is for star tail slide, which is actually worth like 200 something K. Meanwhile, front stand is worth, I'd
Like
say
90k
90.
Garbo.
But it's
90k
getting
Garbo.
lowballed for like BSDC, etc., etc. I don't think
I've
this is a
got
good hat.
offers on front stand, Valk plus CF, which is a trash offer. Um,
Here, I'll show you
it's
guys right now. Look how easy it is to do this. You just go to invert colors, and ta-da! You already. It's literally just an inversion. There is no other work done to this hat to make it actually kind of special. It's just
our
an
videos that
inversion.
rocks is saying it's equal 90k, and the demand's obviously low, but it could easily like 1v1 BSDC, and people are lowballing this because they realize how bad of an item it is, but I think it is overvalued at the 90k mark. It should be more like 70, 85. I mean, at
It
most.
has no color, by the way, just to let you know. And also,
Yeah,
it's literally an inversion. I started off with the one that was white. It is an exact inversion.
I don't. I also don't. It doesn't look good. You can just get a better. There's better skater hats out there for if you want. If you're willing to pay more.
Yes.
Okay, on to not my number one. This is probably not really.
No, a lot of people will probably agree with this one.
Well, some people might agree,
And
but
I know exactly why you chose it too, and I'll get into it.
okay. So this is Dark Assassin. My number one is Dark Assassin. The reason I chose this is because, yes, it is one of the like a really rare item on Roblox, and there's only like what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the whole existence that are like active owners or not deleted owners. But first off, there's all these accounts named Merly Dark Assassin that have the item.
Yep.
There's like about I wouldn't say necessarily hoarding because it's not on one general account. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these accounts, ranging from 4 or no 2 to 7. And then there's also Merly, which has 2 of Dark Assassins. So that makes about 9 of these Dark Assassins that are unattainable. Which means the people that own them,
There's a bunch
um,
deleted and number 21's also missing.
uh,
Number 8's also missing. Number
yeah,
12 is missing. There's a lot of serials missing from this hat.
yeah,
Let's
which
see
we
how
don't know.
many are actually not by merely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 that are not
Yeah.
merely's. I'm pretty
So
sure
that means
Stickmaster has
that
it for trade. I know that Shedletsky is not trading his, from what I'm aware. This guy has number 1. He's not trading it. There's probably like 2 up for grabs. I know Exist loves rare, so he's gonna keep that. There's probably 1 or 2 up for grabs.
yeah, which means that they can drive the price up to an absurd amount. And
Here's why
I'm
everybody
sure you.
hates this hat. Here's why. It comes with this package called Darkest Assassin. I own the package, but
You can just buy the package
it's 800
for.
Robux, and the only difference is there's this little mark right here that you don't see there. It's like right here, and they just removed it. It's
Honestly, the
literally
hat
the
doesn't
difference.
doesn't look great. There's better masks or whatever. Also, it's again hoarded, and also I bet most of you have heard about the Riley Belov Dark Assassin story where you're OP'd about like 500k for it. That's the reason why is because people are tempted by this item because it's so rare. Because there's like what 10x existence or whatever. But In reality, the item is way overvalued because the people that actually own it, that are BC, that are willing to trade this, is like 1 to 2 people. Um,
I wonder, where did Riley's go? He said he had number 14. Let's look at that.
because apparently he sold
Akiaba.
it. Yeah, he
Akiba.
sold it. He sold it or traded it off. Um,
Yeah, this guy's taking
See, so this
600k value or
the
more to
offer,
get rid of his.
which is ridiculous because on RBX.rocks, just getting it, I don't even know what it's near worth. So I'm looking at this right here. I thought I saw it going for like 350. So there's many mixed values on this hat, but most people are probably gonna overvalue this hat a ton and value it at like 600, 800k, maybe even 1 million because of the rarity of the hat. But even though it's so rare, it's very overvalued considering you can get the free version or whatever for like 800 Robux.
Yes.
And to be honest, it's not also that great looking of a hat. I mean, and also, I mean, it's sold like once in the last 180 days. Probably like sold like twice ever. So it's not good demand at all.
I agree 100% with all of that.
Yeah, I agree with yours.
Okay, guys, so that's pretty much it. There's nothing else to it. That's just, this video is all opinions. You guys may have differing lists, but leave your comments down below on your top 5. That's it. I'll see you guys next time, and have a good night.